Well, howdy there, boys and girls. Welcome back. It is the 14th edition, if you would believe it, of the Save the Crew vlog. I remind you, as always, that the word vlog is a combination of two existing words. The first one being video, and the second word being blog. It's like two words that one, tonight is the night when two become one. I need some vlog like I never needed vlog before. I'm gonna make vlog to ya, baby. Had a little vlog, and now I'm back for more. Gonna make vlog to ya, baby. Today's topic is, how did we get here? Now, before we talk about how we got here, we need to first understand where exactly here is. It has now officially been 253 days since Grant Wall tweeted about Anthony Precourt's plan to uproot the Columbus Crew from the only home it's ever known and move it to Austin, Texas. It was an authentically ambitious plan that would effectively destroy an entire community of real people along the way. Now, those 253 days can be broken down even further into 36 weeks, 6,072 hours, 364,320 minutes. Now, all of those time segments constitute, in totality, about 69.32% of an entire common year. So yeah, the dumpster fire known as MLS to ATX has now been burning longer than really any of us thought possible. Luckily, that dumpster fire is burning far enough outside of an urban core so that no one's in real danger of, like, inhaling burning trash or something. So now that we know how long it's been between point B, the Grant Wall tweet in October, and point C, today, let's talk about what led us from point A, Precourt purchasing the Columbus Crew, to point B, Grant Wall's tweet in October of 2017. So we've hopped in our DeLoreans, got those suckers up to 88 miles an hour, and it is 2013, my friends. Anthony Precourt is a man who is looking to buy an MLS team. Now, he tells the Columbus Dispatch that the Crew were not the only team that he approached looking to become the investor, but he also declines to specify which other teams he had any conversations with. Now, after buying the Crew, it's revealed that the amount paid set an MLS record for most amount of money spent for an existing franchise. Now, back to that in just a second. Now, the evening before the sale was announced by Hunt Sports Group, who were the old owners of the Crew, Anthony Precourt met privately with former mayor of Columbus, Michael Coleman. And Mike Coleman was quoted by the Dispatch as saying shortly thereafter, quote, "My first question was, is the Crew staying in Columbus?" And to which Anthony Precourt replied, quote, "Absolutely, the Crew is in Columbus to stay." Now, unknown at the time, and since verified on the record with Sports Illustrated by MLS Commissioner Don Garber, Precourt had negotiated an out clause into that contract, which allowed him to uproot the team and move it very specifically to Austin, Texas. So Anthony Precourt told local officials here in Columbus that the Crew was in Columbus to stay. What he didn't tell them is that he had already begun the contractual moving of the Crew not before the ink was dry on the paper, before the pen had even been brought out to put the ink on that paper. That is to say that Anthony Precourt will tell local officials whatever they want to hear so that he can get what he wants. Now, back to that record amount of money paid to MLS for an existing team, and that is interesting because according to the Dayton Daily News, a source close to the team said, quote, "Precourt paid $68 million above market value for the team in 2013 because he long entertained plans to move it," end quote. Now, I'll repeat that. A source close to the team told the Dayton Daily News that Precourt bought the team in 2013 for above market value so that he could move the team. He planned to move the team contractually in 2013 and then lied to the mayor of Columbus about it. Then he lied to the members of our community and the residents of this city about it. But that would not be the last time that Anthony Precourt proved that he could not be trusted to keep his word. In fact, not even close. Many, many times throughout the course of the next 3 to 4 years, Anthony Precourt would double, triple, quadruple down on his commitment to the city of Columbus. He talked about it in his introductory press conference when he bought the team, and he told the Columbus Dispatch in May of 2015 that, quote, "We're here for the very long haul." And then in an article through MLS in October of 2016, he says, quote, "It's a wonderful place to play. We're very proud to play here." And then he talks very glowingly about, quote, "our long-term future in Columbus." On August 23rd, 2016, Anthony Precourt goes on the Massive Report podcast and emphasizes his commitment to the city of Columbus. He then goes on to stress the importance of civic pride in and for a community. Now, does that sound familiar to you at all, Austin? Now, I remember that one very specifically, very well, because I actually sat in the chair next to him on that night, on that show, when he said those things. A couple months later, on October 25th, 2016, Anthony Precourt tells Adam Jardy of the Columbus Dispatch, quote, "I'm tired of the insecurities. We're playing for Columbus," end quote. Now, quickly, I'd like to point out the absurdity of the feigned outrage in retrospect that Precourt showed when someone would dare question his commitment to the city of Columbus. I mean, the mental gymnastics it takes to be able to say something like that when in your head you know that behind the scenes you're plotting and planning to do what you've done to our community. I mean, it takes a level of expertise in mental gymnastics that I can't even fathom. Now, fast forward less than a year later, and Anthony Precourt is at a PR firm in Austin, Texas, taking questions from and interacting with Austin-based media. He says things like, quote, "Austin is the best untapped market in the United States for MLS. I think it has a chance to be an MLS 3.0 club right out of the gate." Now, rewind to 2015, and Precourt is saying stuff that's eerily similar about the city of Columbus to the Columbus Dispatch. Quote, "I've been a steward for other people's capital, and now I'm a steward of a community asset in the Columbus Crew," end quote. Other people's capital, community assets, a steward, MLS 3.0 right out of the gate. I mean, don't bother pinching yourself, because I can confirm right now at this moment that this is definitely stuff that is happening in real life. Now, let's rewind for a second, real quick, to the year that Anthony Precourt used his capital to buy our community asset, 2013. Now, in March of that year, at the South by Southwest Festival/Conference in Austin, Texas, Don Garber, the commissioner of Major League Soccer, meets with a guy named Sean Foley, and he is the co-managing partner of Austin Sports and Entertainment. Now, about that, Mr. Foley says, quote, "It was there I learned from MLS executives how serious MLS was about having a presence in our beloved city." He then goes on to say, quote, "MLS is now focused on supporting strategic efforts for league growth and relocation all over the country," end quote. MLS is focused on supporting relocation all over the country. 4 months later, on July 30th, Anthony Precourt purchases the Columbus Crew, and it comes with that secret clause to allow him to take part in relocation. Now, when pressed about why that clause was included in the contract, Don Garber, commissioner of Major League Soccer, says, quote, "That was because we had no expansion activity going on at that time," end quote. The next day, literally the next day, July 31st, 2013, Don Garber announces that Major League Soccer will expand to 24 teams by 2020. That was because we had no expansion going on at that time. And then the next day, It's the expansion era. How convenient. So MLS officials tell those in Austin about their interest in their market. They speak of their ongoing efforts to expand and to relocate teams. MLS then sells the Columbus Crew with a relocation clause in the contract, and the very next day, they talk about how they're expanding to 24 teams by 2020. Again, no need to pinch yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real life. Now, fast forward to 2015 on November 2nd, and Deputy Commissioner of Major League Soccer, Mark Abbott, is meeting with San Antonio officials about their potential new team. And he informs them that there will not be franchises located in both San Antonio and Austin, Texas. 2 days later, San Antonio officials approve the purchase of Toyota Field due to information that they received from MLS officials. The next month, on December 6th, after a Board of Governors meeting here in Columbus, MLS announces another state of expansion, this time to 28 teams. Months later, on July 14th, Anthony Precourt confirms to the Columbus Dispatch that he is a member of Major League Soccer's expansion committee. Then fast forward to January 31st, where MLS publishes a list of the potential new cities who have submitted for expansion franchises in Major League Soccer. That list includes the city of San Antonio. The list does not include the city of Austin, Texas. Now, very shortly after that list was published, Dan Barrett of Barrett Sports Group, who MLS had hired to study the markets of Columbus and Austin, Texas. Well, Dan sends an email to Mayor Adler of Austin saying, quote, "As Mark mentioned during the meeting, the fact that Austin did not submit a proposal does not mean that it will not have an opportunity for a franchise in the future." The Mark he's referring to is Mark Abbott, again, the Deputy Commissioner of Major League Soccer. Now, the very next month, on March 14th, Don Garber is back in Austin again at another South by Southwest festival, and he is on stage being interviewed by Grant Wahl from Sports Illustrated. Who's in the audience that day, you might ask? None other than our good pal, Anthony Precourt. So, Anthony Precourt and Don Garber, they're in Austin, Texas on March 14th. On March 15th, Mayor Adler of Austin emails Don Garber, and he says, quote, "Let us know what we should be doing," end quote. So what was the Soccer Don's response to that? Quote, "You got it," end quote. Anthony Precourt and Don Garber, they're in Austin on the 14th. On the 15th, the mayor of Austin sends an email to Don Garber saying, "Let us know what we should be doing." And the Don says, "You got it. You're still not dreaming. This is still real life." The next month, April, Dave Greeley, the president of Precourt Sports Ventures, is officially interacting with the MLS in Austin supporter group on Twitter. Fast forward to August 7th, a mere 3 days before your hometown Columbus Crew SC begin accepting money for 2018 season tickets, your good friend Don Garber, he's producing a letter that officially authorizes a lobbyist by the name of Richard Suttle to speak for Major League Soccer in Austin, Texas. The very next day, August 8th, Major League Soccer registers Austin FC and Austin Athletic with the United States Patents and Trademark Office. August 15th, multiple lobbyists are now confirmed and registered as clients of Major League Soccer with the city of Austin. 3 days later, on August 18th, Precourt Sports Ventures officially registers MLS to ATX.com, which months later would officially become the online home to their AstroTurf community of supporters organization. And then 2 months later, on October 16th, 2017, Grant Wahl tweets and confirms the secret that had been going on behind the scenes since 2013. Anthony Precourt was seeking to relocate the Columbus Crew to the city of Austin, Texas. And to exhale. Now you know how we got from point A, March of 2013, to point B, October of 2017, to point C, this very moment, right now, today. If you're still confused, if your head is still spinning, well, that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, this is a historic and ambitious tale of inauthenticity. And while there are certainly enough, more than enough moments to fill another vlog of 7 hours, these are the main points. This is the skeleton that I think that everybody needs to see. So to recap, if you're wondering what kind of person Anthony Precourt is, or you're wondering what kind of organization MLS is and what they stand for, the answer is the same. And that answer is that these are businessmen. This is an organization that builds its very business and generates its capital on the backs of loyal and passionate members of communities. Entire communities of real life human beings. All while quietly and deceptively planning the destruction of those very communities behind the scenes. You see, my name is Morgan Hughes, and I am a member of one of those communities, and I say, not good enough. No more. And I invite you to stand with our community right this second as we declare to all of those who want to keep us silenced that their time is up. Together, let's tell them that their plans have failed and that the future of soccer in the United States of America will not be defined by those who seek to destroy others. Period. Thank you for watching, and save the crew.
The future of Columbus and the future of the Columbus Crew SC are tied together. We need each other to succeed.